good, everybody? What is good, yo? Anybody else thinking Goldenkamuy is getting absolutely nuts right now? I did not expect them to bring in such powerful teammates for the Immortal and our our Huntress, but because they're here, it gives me confidence that they're probably going to show us just um, what the government is capable of in the sense of how much strength they have to, control and to be able to pretty much beat any types of threats that all of a sudden show up and want to, I don't know, change the world, as they say. So it's really cool to see this whole group being really formed that you can actually see having the power maybe to actually do this. And the only reason why I say that is because we are seeing not one person who, is like a master swordsman, but we have two of them, even though they are quite old. They clearly, have still a good jump on some people who are to this day like trained soldiers to fight, now in this time and period. So if they're still fighting soldiers and keeping up with them at their age, it can only go to say that they could possibly be, not fully up to par yet, too, to where they would want to be. So we're kind of seeing the bare bones of their abilities, I feel like, in this week's episode when it comes down to the guy I've been most afraid of, this old swordsman guy who pretty much cleanly cuts off this guy, the guy who misses his brother and also lost his ear. He straight up sliced this guy's leg so clean that the blood was still sitting in place like it was like perfectly fine. And not only did the blood stay there, the foot was still standing in place. So I was pretty blown back. Excuse me for that yawn. It's like 3 a.m. over here while I'm making this video. Uh, I'd rather have the content done for you guys, and when a whole bunch of other shows start showing up, I at least can put this show out or this video out with other content that I may have been missing. But nonetheless, we really don't know just how far and how much fake skins are out there right now. Is kind of like the new big thing right now is just to figure out what the fake skins, what kind of thing do they have on them that you can pretty much prove that they're fake or not. And I think the best thing that we have to knowing if they're fake or not is only this little tiny thing that the person who actually made them give them a tip off, and only one person, the people who actually, made the skins, knows a little bit of just a way to make the fake skins be kind of easy to figure out than the other ones. So if that plays a big role, which I mean, only the person who's the head of the whole entire place kind of has that information that I believe. I don't think, I mean, besides Iron, which only one other lieutenant who, pretty much the guy who died getting the skins learned about. So another diehard soldier to this guy that knows iron. That's all he knows is iron. Um, so really interested to see if that is the only true person that could blow the cover of the fake skins, because if you haven't seen recently, the leader of or the lieutenant or whatever of this guy that is the general, or whatever the highest rank is, this man is nuts. And that's why I'm so interested in the show. There's so many interesting outcast characters that are just standout cast members that once they've gotten these introductions, I've been just biting at the line like I'm a fish waiting for the bait. And I can't wait to see what they truly draw up for these characters because not only have they hyped them up, they also shown us a reason to think that they might even be doing some ridiculous things in the future of the show if they make it that long. Depending on who makes it at the end of the show of whatever they get, or knowing these types of shows and just who can be writing them, the end could be no one makes it out. Like no one actually makes it, and no one, and in the sense of making it, like no one gets this gold, and this whole entire plot that they were going for, this whole entire scheme that they wanted, gets blown out of proportion because no one actually in the end gets to use any of that stuff. That would be like pretty dark, not dark only, but it would be messed up because we know how many people were losing their lives for these people just to even get a chance to find the tattoos, let alone, actually find them, and then we see what they can do with them. So, really, that's my whole reasoning of watching is just to see what is going to happen with all of this. And if something does ridiculous happen, are we going to be in the looks of a new, like, anything that's coming after it? Like, what is their plan overall to show us if if like, depending on who wins, who are we going to be following throughout the rest of it if they decide to kill anybody off, things like that is what I'm really curious about in this show. And as of now, we only know that the Escape King is the king of escaping, is the only person really in any type of peril, with him being absolutely scared for the right reasons because he did betray the immortal, and now because of it he can't sleep at night at any of that. So not only can he not sleep at night, he's also trapped by these people who uh like the prisoners, or like the different people from the prison who are just super strong and broken. They know they have his number and they're looking for him all the time. And to top it off, he also has to deal with, the immortal finding out about him, giving any type of information out, which, I mean, the immortal's seemingly pretty understandable. Like he can see like a threat a mile away, so I don't think it would be that unreasonable for him to be like, well, the guy that you were giving information to, he kind of would body you if you didn't do what he told you to do. So I don't think he's gonna look past that too much, including seeing how there's all of these other people that he's seen very huge feats from, like the guy he was about to be fighting with. Um, that guy himself, was uh, gave the immortal a run for his money, and also gave him a reason to look at him like, holy crap, there's some crazy strong people out here. So I'm not sure if he's truly gonna be angry, but I mean, if he's not, then I mean, come on, it's anime. They can do really whatever they want at the end of the day, and I think that's what entices it even more is they don't really have to follow any rules necessarily unless they want to. And if they do, I think we'll still get something pretty crazy out of it. So let me know how you guys are feeling about this series overall. Are you guys enjoying it? Are you guys loving it? Or is the second season kind of lackluster to you compared to the first season? Stuff like that, because to me, some of these shows, when we get things like this, it's almost like laughable to think that the first season had just as much crazy stuff in it as this season is starting out. Like this season's jumping in it real quick, but somehow the first season still did more crazy stuff at the jump than this. So a lot of people want to compare that with this season alone, and I guess it's fair, but at the same time, with all the characters being developed and all the action, of like how deep the action is going to get and whatnot, people have already decided, of what, they're going if they're going to watch this or not. And I think they already know what the action entails, so that's why it's funny to me to think that people are comparing the seasons when it's already been set up to a certain degree. Now it's just going to keep being delivered the way that they want to deliver it. And if you like it or not, that's going to be on you. And you can't really judge a second season by the first season because they've already established a lot of things that they don't have to establish anymore in this next season. So, um, really interested to see what people are feeling on this, or if you guys are even interested in the slightest. So that's always still a thing too. A lot of people don't even know about this Goldenkamuy series. So last thing I want to talk about is the girl. She was just cute. Our huntress is. She's always adorable. She's literally trying to make them eat brain, and one guy really doesn't want to, question it and everything. But the face that she gives is so dang cute that he can't really help it. So that leads into him eating it, and everybody else, pretty much following along. Besides one guy who just says no thanks, and it kind of just like sends a shock down everybody else's spine. Well, the immortal and Dick Senpai, because literally they never expected, someone to be able to like resist her charm, I'm guessing, or something like that. They're stupid. So whenever they see her face go in and, trying to keep them to do something, they instantly do it. They have no choice because she's so cute. So um, it's funny to see all these different people who supposedly don't really mix really well with people in our group, but still kind of being forced to just live by their traditions that they do day by day, because she's a kid and you should at least, act as if the things that she does is important. But I think getting to see the real side of a soldier like this sniper guy, Oga or whatever, I think that's what people, um, around him were like. So he really doesn't care to change his ways to act a certain way for someone else. So that's just the vibe I got off of him. Which, I mean, to each their own, So I'm not hating on him. I kind of like his character, but at the same time, I could tell why he's going to be uh, more of the hated side of the community because of he's the only one who really doesn't fall under the spell of our huntress. So and not only like fall under her spell, but actually, want to do stuff with her in the sense of, cook and learn what she's trying to teach you and stuff like that. So, really fun episode. Not only that, the action was pretty hype, seeing them getting trapped in a house and straight up, fighting with people they've never fought with before, but making it work out some way, seeing how they all have extraordinary skills. It's nice to see who should probably be the most feared in certain situations, which I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of. But if you guys enjoy this, please do drop a like and subscribe so you can get more when the video ends, because I will be dropping as much content as humanly possible. So if you want to be caught up with all that I'm dropping, a great way to do that is have that notification bell on, and I will be dropping as much as I can. So if you enjoy, I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good day, night, morning, whatever the case is when you're watching, and I will talk to you in the next one. Alright, everyone. Peace.